Hmm. Hello. Welcome to week 3. Um, soft voice does not feel right. So let's see. Week 3. Now, okay. Note that these little intro videos, like I'm recording this way ahead of time. It's still week 1 right now, but I'm trying to get some things sort of pre-recorded as my life gets a little more complicated as we get going. So, so things may have changed between right now when I'm recording this and today when you're watching this. Do make sure to note there in the whatever link you've clicked on, the one that says, "Hello, I'm a screencast outlining what you need to know about week 3." Look in there. See if there's any other text in there, because if there are any updates, it will be in text form there along with this video. What do you need to know about week 3? Week 3 is fun. We get into. So you have turned in the scavenger hunt assignment as of now, or like right around now. And I'm giving you your next assignment, the Order Out of Chaos assignment. Now this one is super fun, but it's also a little bit scary. And by scary, I just mean that you have to be willing to embrace the unknown for this assignment. You have to accept the fact that what matters in this assignment are strategies for making photographs, not specific content that you make photographs of. Okay? I say that because we're so used to making photographs where it's like, I'm going to photograph cars and dogs and bridges and ducks. And, no. What I'm trying to break with this assignment is that idea that there are certain subjects that make successful photographs. And I'm trying to get you to think about the way that you make photographs and the way that you can change the strategies, light, line, abstraction, relationships, etc. There are multiple strategies listed there in the assignment, and you are randomly rolling dice to determine where you're going to go. Okay, so for example, I've got 2 dice right here. So roll number 1, you roll 1 or 2 dice. Let's see, I roll 2. 4. I got a 4, okay? Roll number 2, you roll 1 die. Wait, what? Oh, 5. I got 5. So that's songs. So 4 songs. Roll 3. 4 south. 4 songs south. So the idea is that I now travel, to me, south is that way, so I travel 4 songs to the south. What songs? I don't care. Whatever songs you want. If you listen to the Ramones, then they're going to be short songs. So if I listen to the Ramones, I'm going to end up more or less from where I am in North Portland. I'm going to end up, I don't know, downtown, south downtown Portland. If I am listening to Led Zeppelin, or like some of these like 11-minute epics, then I might end up in Salem. I don't know. Now, do you have to do that? Do you have to go that far? No. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to shake your head up and introduce random to the way that you approach subject matter, to get you to quit thinking about what to photograph and get you to think about how to photograph. Okay? So if you can't drive to Salem to photograph, that's okay. I don't care. Change it. Either re-roll, or instead of songs, choose blocks, for example, and just travel 4 blocks south and walk. You know, I don't care. Like, the whole point is I'm just trying to get you out of your head. Now, let me stress that the way to, well, you know, I would stress that it really helps to get out of your day-to-day life a little bit if you can, because it's just easier to see, right? If you're stuck in your house, your yard, your neighborhood, it's hard to see the world for what it is because you're so used to the world around you. And so when you go to new places, it's a lot easier to see. Now, of course, just play it safe. And I'm not going to read through the whole assignment here. I expect you to, though. But the goal is that I just want to throw you out into the world in a somewhat random way. And then once you are there, once you have traveled 4 songs south, then you're going to stop and photograph there. And you are going to... as for the shooting, once you've determined your location, make photographs at each location that utilize at least 3 of the strategies listed below. You will be expected to document your roles and strategies, so make sure to think this through. As always, make multiple versions every time you shoot. This means that although the assignment calls for 120 photographs, it got really intense, didn't it? You'll have different versions of the same thing where you experiment with changing the framing, vantage point, etc. So what I'm saying there is you don't have to make 120 completely different photographs for this assignment. You stop there, you're photographing, make different versions of the same picture, right? Move to the left, move to the right, get closer, pull back, change the relationship between your foreground elements and your background elements. So, the photo is different, right? It's all about just rethinking that. So you might have 24 different photographs with 5 different variations of each equals 120 photographs for the assignment. If you got any questions on that, let me know. But this is an assignment that came from, initially, I had a student many years ago tell me that he was just kind of stuck and couldn't figure out what to do. And I just said, get on the bus, take the bus for 10 minutes, get off the bus, walk to your left, walk 3 blocks, photograph there, get back on the next bus, whatever direction it's going, take it for 22 minutes, get off there, right? Like just trying to create a sort of randomness for him to follow. And he did it. And he came back in the next time and said that was the most fun he had ever had and got a bunch of great pictures out of it. And it just really helped him get out of his head. So that's the goal with this assignment. Get out of your head and start thinking about the way that you make pictures. Now, in terms of these strategies, you have to watch these videos here, okay? The first 2 are just a couple of different photographers who I think will inspire you in their approaches. But the OC examples video here especially is where I give you examples for all of the different strategies, okay? And those examples exist in this PDF form as well, but at least I talk them through in the screencast. Let's see, what else you need to know? Oh, so there's the picture talking assignment comes this week. I just recorded a screencast where I talk you through what that means and what I'm looking for when you write about photography. So make sure to ingest that screencast. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 different little screencasts where I break Photoshop down. So you're getting into Photoshop this week. Use those demo files that I've given you last week called the basics. Use those and just work along with me as you go through the screencasts. These steps are steps that we will follow for the Order Out of Chaos assignment that is due February 4. Time-wise, it basically means 2 weeks. Let's see. I think that's it. Let me check my notes. Picture talking, 120. Use more pepper. That's a cooking tip this week. Use more pepper. Whatever you just made doesn't have enough pepper in it. Black pepper. I do want to mention just that the approach to Photoshop here, I don't know if I've got it in the videos, but the approach to Photoshop that I kind of use in this class is basically like Photoshop's a really complicated, big, huge program that is like the be-all, end-all of image editing, right? It is the main program that is used across the world. So I try to be super simple in the way that I teach it and super consistent, okay? And so I understand that you might know some Photoshop things. You might know some Photoshop things that are different than the way I do things. You might know Photoshop things that you think are even better or more effective than the way I'm teaching things. But follow the steps I'm giving just because I want to make sure that they are simple and applied consistently in the right sequence to make sure that everyone's picking up, the important fundamentals. I think of Photoshop as being like the Home Depot. The Home Depot is huge and has everything there to create an entire civilization. Photoshop's the same way. Everything you could ever do to an image, there's 15 different ways to do it. So my Photoshop screencasts are basically, it's kind of like taking you to the Home Depot and getting you a screwdriver and a hammer and a pair of pliers, right? The most basic tools for editing images. And then as we progress, we start getting into power tools and we get a little more fancy and complicated. All right, I'm shutting up there. Go have a good week. Bye.